Sorry. Nanto. Bro. Kasa, praying.
Lady President, Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, Her Ladyship Sophia Akufo, Deputy Minister for Finance, Honorable Abna Osei Asari, General Manager of Methodist Schools, Very Reverend Mrs. Nana Denyame, Omahene of Ogwa Traditional Area, Osa Berima Kwesi Atta II, heads of MMDAs, regional and metropolitan directors of education, the clergy, Nananom, members of the Board of Governors, chairperson and executives of the PTA, past headmistresses of Wesley Girls High School, colleague heads of schools, specially invited guests, president of the Wesley Girls High School Old Girls Association, fellow old girls of Wesley Girls High School, dedicated members of staff, friends from the media, parents, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. I deem it a great opportunity and a singular privilege to present to you the annual report on this great occasion, the 181st anniversary celebration of Wesley Girls High School. In the first place, I give thanks to the Lord God Almighty, who has made it possible for Wesley Girls to celebrate another landmark in its history. It is an honor to have you all coming from far and near to join in our celebration. Thank you. The good Lord's mercies have seen us through all these years, and by His grace and by the hard work of all stakeholders, the excellent academic performance of the school has been sustained and even improved. Lady President, the theme of this year's speech day is Maintaining Quality Education with the Free SHS Policy, the Role of Stakeholders. Dear stakeholders, you have always come to the aid of the school, and we know that you will continue to support the school in our efforts to maintain the quality and holistic standards. By the grace of God, I took over the reins of the school in November last year, and I must say that I have experienced immense cooperation from staff and students and all stakeholders. For this, I am most grateful. I would like to mention my very own year group, class of 1980. Your support has been overwhelming. Thank you. As I work on this mission field, I would like to assure you all that I will do all within my power to uphold the Methodist tradition, the policies of the Ghana Education Service, the core and moral values of the school, as well as its high academic standards, the Lord being my helper. I will also like to assure you all that I will, with the help of staff and stakeholders, maintain the high standards of discipline Wesley Girls High School is noted for and even improve upon it. The occasion of the 181st anniversary of our great school enjoins us to pay homage to the name and work of all founding mothers of Wesley Girls High School. We give glory to God for planting in the mind of our founding mother, Mrs. Harriet Wrigley, the idea of establishing a school for girls. I doff my hat posthumously to Elizabeth Waldron, Sister Evelyn Bellamy, Mrs. H.J. Ellis, Miss Olive Compton, and Miss Clarice Garnett, who happened to be my headmistress. Mrs. Rosina Achampon, Mrs. Nancy Thompson, and Mrs. Betty Jokoto. I am very much indebted to you. Your bold, dedicated, God-fearing, and resilient attitudes have prepared for me a school with hardworking members of staff, teaching and non-teaching, self-motivated students, a wonderful relationship with its stakeholders, and above all, a school poised for more success. I wish to extend warm felicitations to the celebrating year groups 1957, 67, 77, 87, 1997, and 2007. Lady President, the school has a lot to be thankful for, and I would crave your indulgence to bask in a few of our achievements. From a student population of 25, Wesley Girls High School can now proudly count 1,354 students. Wesley Girls has a teaching population of 107 and an ancillary staff population of 60. At age 181, we are pleased to say that we are one of the few favorites of the nation. Academic update. The school offers courses in the following programs: general science, business, general arts, home economics, and visual arts. The staff and students of the school have consistently worked very hard to sustain the excellent academic performance of the school every year. At the end of the 2016-2017 academic year, the school presented 427 candidates for the 2017 West African Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination. The percentage pass of 92.56%, which represents passes only in A's and B's, is a slight drop from the 92.63% of the previous year. That notwithstanding, the results are still one of the best in the country. Teachers in the following departments need to be commended. Like the school prefect said in her speech, they made between 90 and 100 percentage passes in A's and B's. And the departments are English department, integrated science, biology, chemistry, elective mathematics, accounting, business management, French, Christian religious studies, history, foods and nutrition, management in living, general knowledge in art, graphic design, jewelry, and music. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, even though the overall result is impressive, we do not intend to rest. Like Lord Alfred Tennyson, in his poem Ulysses said, we will be strong in will, to seek, to strive, to find, and not to yield. Commendation of staff members. Lady President, I wish to commend the staff of Wesley Girls High School, both teaching and non-teaching. I am highly impressed by their hard work and dedication to duty in the pursuit of academic excellence, in spite of the challenges and inconveniences they have to endure. Due to shortage of staff in the various departments, especially the non-teaching departments, staff have to work extra hard to get things going. 4 members of staff have retired in the past year. We wish them a happy retirement. Lady President, once again, we can say with pride that Wesley Girls High School is still one of the favorite choices for secondary education in Ghana. This year, the school was able to admit 462 students through the computerized school selection placement system. For the 5 programs the school runs, we have 13 Form 1 classes, 6 of them for science, 1 business class, 4 general arts classes, 1 home economics, and 1 visual arts class. It is a pity that we do not have enough classrooms to accommodate students when a regular class splits up for elective subjects. Lady President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Wesley Girls High School looks beautiful and by all appearances, well endowed in terms of facilities. Appearances can be deceiving, as is often said. Yes, beneath the outward beauty of the school are some needs that require immediate attention. I will, at this juncture, humbly request the Honorable Deputy Finance Minister to do all within her power to get the message across, to have stalled Get Fund projects in our school completed. An assembly hall started in the year 2008, which is still only 60% complete. It is our ardent plea that it will soon be completed within the shortest possible time to end the torture of the students standing throughout every morning devotion. Due to the absence of an assembly hall, the school's dining hall is converted into a chapel and then back into a dining hall every Sunday evening, and also during some major school functions. A science block, though structurally completed last year, still is not in use because it is without fixtures and fittings such as taps, working benches, sinks, gas pipes, and more. Also, a 12-unit classroom block commissioned in 2011 has had to be abandoned due to some structural defects. We are very grateful indeed to government for what it has already done, but without appearing unappreciative, we are making a passionate appeal through you, Honorable Deputy Minister, and probably her ladyship, to complete these projects within the shortest possible time to ease the pressure on our existing facilities. Lady President, the school is in dire need of staff accommodation. Currently, 2 and in some cases 3 families have to cope with sharing space that was originally meant for 1 family. Guests, parents, friends, and other benefactors of the school who may have the wherewithal or may have loud and clear voices that can go far, please come to our aid. Acknowledgments and appreciations. Lady President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, ingratitude, according to William George Jordan, is a crime more despicable than revenge, which is only returning evil for evil, while ingratitude returns evil for good. Permit me to acknowledge the many groups and individuals whose generosity has contributed immensely to making Wesley Girls High School what it is today. We are very grateful to the government of Ghana for sustaining the school. We are also very appreciative of the encouragement we are enjoying from the Methodist Church, Ghana. The Board of Governors of Wesley Girls High School, thank you. The PTA has done marvelously by facilitating teaching and learning, thus enhancing the academic performance of the school. The PTA pays the allowance of 2 nurses and a doctor, 5 security men, part-time teachers, and also has a bonus package for teachers. In addition, they sponsor the awards of long-serving members of staff, as well as retirees. They also sponsor the staff development workshops we often have. Thank you, PTA. Apart from the donation PTA makes as an association, individuals within the association have also supported the school in diverse ways. Mention can be made of Mr. and Mrs. Kokroko, who donated toilets to Ward Brew House. Our appreciation also goes to Mr. Ajokache for donating a cow for a special lunch for the girls. 23 parents generously donated towards a fumigation exercise in an attempt to rid the school of bedbugs. We are grateful to all parents who have made donations of one form or another to the school. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the school would like also to acknowledge and express heartfelt gratitude to the following companies and to Wesley Girls High School Old Year groups for responding promptly and generously to our distress call. Words cannot express the magnitude of our gratitude towards the following for their generous donations towards the speech and prize giving day. Nana Atta Fashion, Filmas Electricals, Ancokin Company Limited, Comat Enterprise Limited, Auntie Ellen Aplu Fashion, Innocent Blood, and Sontek. We say thank you and God bless you. Dear faithful and ever-present old girls, your support and your encouragement has been priceless. What would the school have done without you? We are deeply touched by your expression of love and your readiness to build your alma mater. It is amazing how you are ready to give without counting the cost. The list is endless, but permit me to mention a few. 1957-year group has donated to the school a heavy-duty lawn mower. 1967-year group that has been represented at every speech and prize giving day since 1983, which is 35 years. In 1983, they adopted the sick bay, which has been named Bowman Sick Bay after their assistant headmistress. For their 50th anniversary of leaving school, they have presented to the school a rehabilitated and refurbished sick bay with a completely overhauled plumbing system. And major repair works, hard and soft furnishing, including new mattresses and pillows, new bed sheets and pillowcases, insecticide-treated nets, and 2 hospital beds for the day school. They have created a well-being and emotional center for both staff and students. The 1967-year group have also, in collaboration with Church Organs Ghana, made a donation of a Jonas Monarchy pipe organ to the school. The pipe organ is awaiting installation in the new assembly hall, so it must be completed. The organ comes along with a set of 100 choir robes personally donated by Mr. Kofi Eson. 1977-year group have set up an endowment fund with an initial amount of 100,000 Ghana cedis. The fund is to sponsor the tertiary education of needy girls. 1987-year group, who is celebrating 30 years after leaving school, have provided the following refurbishment of the ICT laboratory: a Dell server, and computing devices to support 30 computers, 10 computer monitors, 10 computer keyboards, 10 computer mice, Epson projector and projector mount, a set of air conditioner, antivirus for server, window blinds, and they have also painted the ICT lab. 1992-year group have updated their work with the kitchen. This is in honor of celebrating 25 years of leaving school. The work includes renovation of 4 food stores, full tiling of interior and floor, and replacement of ceiling, windows, and doors. The 1992 year group has also provided 2 uniforms for each of all of the kitchen staff. That is not all. They have also provided 100 sterling silver ladles and 100 saucepans. 1997, the main sponsoring group, celebrating 20 years after leaving school, have created a state-of-the-art visual arts laboratory. The work includes exterior works on the entire block, electrical work, setting up of a graphic design and art exhibition LAN, setting up a photo studio, and then industrial leather work machines have also been procured by them for the school. Dear old girls, our major stakeholders, you have truly demonstrated your love and loyalty to your alma mater. You have given back wholeheartedly. The school is very proud of you thus far. As a Methodist institution, we take inspiration from the words of Isaac Watts in Methodist hymn 878, and we proclaim that God, who has been our help in ages past, will continue to be our hope for years to come. We will continue to trust him to be our shelter from the stormy blast, and we know that he will continue to be our eternal home. Amen. From the very depths of our hearts, we say thank you all for the diverse roles you have played in making the school what it is today. It is our prayer and hope that you will not relent, but continue to sustain and support us in our efforts to achieve moral and academic excellence. Thank you. God bless you.
Oh, I think you can do that better. I can see all those here giving her a standing ovation. Oh, girls, put your hands together for our dear mom. Thank you. Thank you.
Lady President, this afternoon I'm going to take a liberty which I used to take sometimes at the African court when we would be holding events and the day would be far spent and there'd be so many other speakers before me. I will take the liberty and say that since the distinguished speakers, the eminent speakers before me have observed all possible protocols, I adopt all of those protocols and observe them accordingly. So, Madam President, with your leave, I proceed with my speech. And I'm indeed very pleased to be here today as guest speaker. This is the 2018 speech and prize giving day of my old school, Wesley Girls High School. And it is the 181st. I wonder how many schools in Africa and maybe even on other continents can really boast that they are celebrating this year their 181st annual speech and prize giving day. For me, it's particularly special because my year group is celebrating its half century of graduating from Form 5 at this school. On these grounds, I and my colleagues, as well as so many other young girls from various decades, some have called us antique and modern, We all passed through here, and one thing was a constant. We received excellent and invaluable secondary level education, which laid the solid foundation for our further education, enabling us to function in professions and pursuits whereby we make our various contributions to society. And I wish to express my deepest gratitude to the organizing committee for inviting me. Many years ago, I joined the sixth form of this great school with other young, wide-eyed students, excited at the prospects of a first-class sixth form education, and Victoria Ofosu-Appiah, whose name is hallowed on the honor board outside the assembly hall as Victoria Ado. When we close, the young and fresh students can go and look up that name. And even today, decades after our time here, we, all of us old girls, antique vintage and brand new vintage, we continue to be inexorably motivated by the school motto and guiding principles to live pure, speak true, right wrong, and follow the king. When this school was founded, it set for itself the mission to educate not only the mind, but also the spirit. And hence those fortunate, such as us, to have walked these grounds did not only receive excellent academic instruction, but a healthy dose of spiritual guidance and moral values, ethics, etiquette, and discipline. And this is what has produced the characteristically well-rounded and accomplished Wesley girls, women, who are loved and respected in this country and beyond. Earlier on, I had the privilege to inspect a parade of the school's cadet corps. The training given to both mind and body was very evident from their self-discipline, determination, and resilience to ensure a perfect turnout and formation and performance. And I'm sure that in that they exemplify the collective will of Wegehe products in their tenacious pursuit of academic goals. And it's really gladdens my heart that the standards measured for us to follow continues to lead the young people in the present students of this school. The cadets also bring to mind the diverse ways in which old girls have challenged the gender barrier, thereby charting new paths for young Ghanaian women. And I will not even venture to do a roll call of such first females from Wesley girls. There are just too many. Aside from our Almighty God, it is to this school, its teachers, and its traditions that we owe the greatest gratitude for the exceptional guidance that has distinguished us among our peers in our professional and personal lives. Ghana itself has been the better for this school and will, into the far future, continue, I'm confident, to benefit from this school. Dr. James Kwejiru Agri would indeed be proud to see that this school continues to do its part to bear up his vision of how to effectively educate the nation by educating a woman. One of the most glaring effects of technology, economic and social advancement in the past decades and up to now has been globalization, which has brought the world much, much closer than it has ever been before. And this presents for us and for the present students of the school and the graduating students who are receiving their prizes today, it presents us new opportunities as much as it throws up challenges. When we walked these hedges, the core vision was to prepare us to serve our nation on the national stage. When I say we, I'm talking about we, the fossils. Today, the new generation needs to be prepared to compete and serve on a global stage. Today's student must be prepared for life not only as a productive citizen of Ghana, but also a sufficiently productive operative in West Africa, in Africa, and beyond the shores of Africa, and must be able to compete and make a difference in top global organizations and institutions in order to make a national impact. This requires from us, it requires from parents, it requires from teachers and students, all of us, greater sacrifice and commitment than ever before. We are challenged to prepare ourselves to stand head to head with persons from societies that are financially and organizationally ahead of us. And for our young people to assure your place on the global scale, you have a duty. And you should expect to compete with students from countries that are leveraged ahead of us in many, many ways. But with the Wesley girls' spirit, I am quite assured that none will feel daunted. Thus, the increased access to senior high school through the state's free senior high school education policy ensures that schools such as ours open their doors to even more students. If Ghana is to play a meaningful role in the brave new world that is being carved out day in, day out through technology and other means, it cannot afford to have a population that is not functionally, qualitatively, and completely literate. Our children and the nation's ability to compete and develop, both on a national and international stage, rests to a very large measure on education and the skills and competencies attained from it. To that end, we must all, as stakeholders, strive to play our parts to ensure the survival and success of this bold policy. We must be willing to make the necessary sacrifices and show the commitment to ensure its success. Parents and guardians must be minded that the resources freed up by the policy can now and must still be applied to investing in their wards' education. With this, we ought to be able to make available to our wards, the school, our communities, facilities, programs, and projects that are beyond the standard curriculum of the Ghana Education Service. As the state plays its part, we must also step up and meet shared challenges in a quest for excellent outcomes. On the part of the state, it has a duty not only to secure and manage the requisite resources, but also to ensure that there is clarity and credibility in the policy making process to guide all stakeholders in such a manner that the formulation and implementation planning will be owned by every stakeholder and everyone concerned. To this end, I would urge the government to continue to engage with the teachers, with parents and experts, even as it strives to fine-tune this well-intentioned policy. Because in the development of policy, there's always room for continuous improvement. It is imperative to engage with school managers in frank and open dialogue with a view to ensuring the overall success of the policy. Teachers and administrators on their parts will have to give wholehearted support as vital partners in the implementation of the policy, sharing their ideas, sharing their experiences, and sharing all that they have for the sake of our children. The challenge of increasing access to senior high school education while maintaining and even improving standards requires very nimble thinking and constant innovation. It additionally requires commitment and sacrifice from parents, teachers, administrators, old students, and all who have an interest in education and the future of our country. And this is so important. That's how come I am repeating it. It calls for imaginative redesigning of concepts and methods to assure fitting curricula and outcomes that will best serve our children over the coming decades with relevant and usable knowledge. Now, on the part of the students, you are blessed to have lived all your lives in a constitutional dispensation that has guaranteed freedoms and rights. However, this does not mean that you do not need to surmount qualitative hurdles to achieve excellence. Free is free, but not quite free, as we saw in that play. Sacrifices are being made to make this quality education free. Quality students are admitted to Wesley Girls High School, whether free or not. Free is only the topping, but the cake and the prerequisites for attaining it, which includes serious studying, competition for place, examinations, and other strenuous entry requirements and exit requirements, have existed for many decades and have been maintained in order to assure the high quality we of Wesley Girls, old, current, and to be, are so proud of. For many years, anyone associated with this school, particularly parents and old girls, have been required to make and maintain a commitment to its continuous improvement. The headmistress in her report followed that tradition by reminding us of so many ways in which we are expected to continue to maintain this commitment to improvement of the school. We have long recognized the limitations of our institutional funder, the state, and have long striven to complement and complete its efforts. Hence, the activism of the Old Girls Network continues and will continue to be critical. We can be proud of the exemplary structured manner and depth of our demonstrated commitment as old girls, parents, and guardians so evident in the headmistress's report. Over the past decades, this commitment has resulted in several infrastructural improvements that we see around us today. And even this week and in the very recent days, there have been more things done by the celebrating sevens. Through this, we have been able to refurbish and equip dormitories, the kitchen, the sick bay, and provide ICT and sports centers, among several other facilities. And these accomplishments are indeed made possible with the tireless commitment of old girls, parents, and guardians, not only in financial and monetary terms, but also in terms of time. Some have lobbied institutions they are associated with to ensure that they support this school. Some have ensured that their spouses and even their children, whether they are old students or not, do make contributions. In this regard, I must mention the efforts of my year group, through whose efforts we have managed to secure the commitment of Church Organs Ghana to provide us with a world-class organ similar to the one installed at Infansipim School, and which we had hoped to have been installed in the new assembly hall by now. I wish to observe, and it has already been said by the head prefect as well as the headmistress, and it is indeed extremely unfortunate and quite inexplicable that despite all efforts, we have been unable to find adequate facilities to install the organ because the targeted location is still not ready. And so I wish to use this opportunity to urge the GET Fund in particular, but also the Deputy Minister of Finance, and as well as other stakeholders and well-wishers to ensure that within the foreseeable future and by the date of the next speech day, the 182nd speech day, the new assembly hall will be completed and the organ will be duly installed there. Cooperation of this nature will help ensure that the high standards that have been set by this school are never lowered. It is this high standard that has enabled this school to remain a leader and pace setter in the field of high school education, to the marvel and, of course, jealousy of others. So I challenge all of us to continue to be ambassadors of this great model that has worked so well for us. We cannot, if we are to compete, fail to provide our children a world-class education that will see them able to mobilize this country forward and gain the unstinted respect of the world in the forthcoming decades. So, in conclusion, to the young women who now enjoy the unique privilege of a Wesley Girls High School education and have graduated, I congratulate you. And those who are still students, I challenge you to take advantage of your wonderful opportunity to prepare yourselves to make a difference in the nation and the world. Be inspired by those who have gone before you from this school to make a positive mark on humanity. Be particularly attentive to the moral instructions that you have been given and are receiving. Let the tried and tested traditions and values of this school guide you continually. The world of work for those who have completed school and are moving on to other areas will welcome and celebrate you when your academic qualifications are matched with discipline, honesty, hard work, integrity, and high values. And I urge you to cherish the quality standards instilled in you by the quality education and moral standards of Wesley Girls High School. You are obliged to proudly and confidently carry the reputation of this school with you wherever you go. Don't deviate or depart from pursuing excellence in every respect. Continue to respect rules that establish and maintain high standards. Continue to attain high moral integrity, respect for the law, whilst questing onwards, upwards, always for lawful change grounded in quality. But in this regard, you must always bear in mind that yesterday is there for tomorrow to be built upon. Some laws, rules, and standards may be old, but old ideas, regulations, and traditions still have a place in society. So don't be too swift to jettison before evaluating the efficacy of the new. It is well-grounded tradition that has made Wegehe the enviable school that it is. Remember that the Magna Carta was drafted in the 13th century, yet it still forms an important foundation of liberty today and is revered as the greatest constitutional document of all times. Again, the Code Napoleon was drafted in 1804, but it is regarded as one of the few documents that have influenced the whole world. It was the first legal code to be adopted on a panoramic scope and is the basis of the law in many nations of Africa. So let me once again express my appreciation for this invitation and the opportunity to address this gathering. Once again, I congratulate all teachers, past and present, the administration, the celebrating 7 groups, the 7th, and all students and parents. I wish you all the best in the years ahead. May this school, our school, continue to shine, inspire, and be a beacon of achievement and aspiration to all. God bless our homeland, Ghana, and continue to make her great and strong. I thank you all for your attention, and may God bless you. 50 years class of 67, ladies of worth, I salute you. Jolly good ladies.
I'd please like to invite a member of the 1997-year group to assist me in the presentation. All Girls Awards. The first goes to the Teacher of the Year. He is a teacher par excellence, a house father of well-drawn house. He's also a form master, a counselor, deputy head of the English department, In addition, he involves himself in the sporting activities of the school, protocol issues in the school, fundraising activities and club activities in the school. Shall we welcome Teacher of the Year, Mr. Stephen Kwame Owusu Amo. He takes home a double-door fridge. Thank you. House Mistress of the Year. A teacher, counselor, efficient and dynamic house mistress who takes keen interest in the affairs of individual students. She is a mother. Shall we welcome Mrs. Susie Adu? That was a surprise. She's being presented with a home theater. Non-teaching staff of the year. She has been in the school since the year 2000. She's with the bakery section of the kitchen, an ever-willing hand to cook, especially at short notices. She takes care of the kitchen when the school is on vacation. Non-teaching staff of the year, Madam Gifty Donko, aka Abba Jonah. Okay, let's move on. Can we have someone take it on her behalf if she's not here? I'm sure she's busy at the kitchen. So someone please take it on her behalf. Oh, there she comes. Non-teaching staff of the year, Madam Gifty Donko, aka Abba Jonah. Best department in terms of most improved department. When it comes to core subjects, they moved from 141 A1s in WASI 2016 to 338 A1s in 2017. English department. Can we have the head of the English department? Mr. Amo. Let's give him a handshake and probably it can be sorted out later. Congratulations, English department. Keep the good work up. A check, dummy check. Thank you very much. Most improved elective departments. Presented 59 students for the 2017 WASI. 55 had A1s and only 4 had B2s. History department. Head of history. Well done. Keep the good work up. Committee of the Year. A 13-man committee worked very hard to get our girls to come first in tennis, first in handball, first in hockey, first and third in netball at the zonal and regional levels, first in basketball, and third in both soccer and volleyball. Sports Committee. Thank you very much, Sports Committee. Thank you, old girls. Thank you very much. I'll now invite our representative from the Old Girls UK branch, Old Girls Association UK branch, to do a presentation. Continuous Professional Development Project Award, sponsored by the Old Girls UK.
Presentation of award to Susie Adu on Saturday, 10th February 2018. The Old Girls Association UK and Ireland continue to sponsor the continuous professional development of teachers. The 2 accomplished UK teachers, both old girls, who visit the school once a year to work with the teachers and students, have selected Susie Adu as the winner of this year's Teacher Award. Not only is she a vibrant member of the mathematics department, but has an exemplary interest in the welfare of the girls whose pastoral care she is in charge of. Susie is awarded a trip to the United Kingdom this summer and will spend time in the 2 highly rated schools the old girls in the UK and Ireland have partnered with. And this is a message from Sheila Arthur, their president. Congratulations, Susie Adu, and I have a copy of the message for you.
Congratulations. Mrs. Susie Adu, congrats. Thank you. We move on to PTA Awards. We'll invite the PTA chairperson, who is also an old girl of the 1992 year group, to do the presentation. Long Service Awards. We have Mr. Albert Amponsa. He has served the school for 15 years. He takes home a flat screen TV. Can we have someone pick it on his behalf, receive it on his behalf? Oh, okay. Thank you. Mr. Prince Abakan has also served the school for 15 years.
All protocols observed. During our time in Wesley Girls High School, our lives were touched by many, many staff and teachers. We are eternally grateful to them. Today, the 1997 year group has selected to honor a few individuals. Auntie Vida. When we're in school, serving as a school secretary is a role you play with patience, grace, and a very calm attitude. You ensure that all administrative activities of the school are well coordinated. Besides your excellent work ethic, your pleasant nature has made you approachable to all girls over the years. The class of 1997 old girls are honored to present you with this hamper as a symbol of our gratitude. Thank you. Auntie Mary, our beloved school nurse, you run the sick bay with a caring, no-nonsense approach. Your commitment is one of a kind, making sure 24-hour nursing care was available to every single girl. You served selflessly years before we passed through the gates of this great school 20 years ago and have been serving faithfully ever since. Forever young, our indefatigable Auntie Mary, we present you with this hamper to you as a symbol of our appreciation. Thank you. Mrs. Margaret Hatchful, you produce math geniuses out of girls who shuddered at the mention of the word math. A semester in your class instilled in girls the rigor and discipline required to excel in mathematics. You always told us to stay cool, calm, and collected, assuring us that we were much more ready and would do well. As assistant headmistress, your dedication to the young women of this institution is second to none, and you taught us valuable lessons that we have carried with us to date. We are immensely grateful to your commitment to our education and our well-being. On the 20th anniversary of our graduation from Wesley Girls High School, the class of 1997 wish to thank you for your passion and dedication to our great school. We are very fortunate and honored to have spent time in your classroom. Please accept this citation as a sign of our gratitude. Ms. Wofficer will accept the citation on behalf of Mrs. Hatchful. Thank you.
Okay. So, a quick announcement. Car owner of the car with the number GT35418 should please attend to the vehicle right now. It's an emergency. Thank you. We continue with our citations. Mrs. Betty Jokoto. In commemoration of our 20th anniversary, the Wesley Girls High School class of 1997 present this citation in recognition of your immense contribution to the growth of our dear school. An old girl from the class of 1974, you served this institution You served this institution first as assistant headmistress and then headmistress. You led our school during challenging times and navigated them successfully, all the while keeping our mantra to live pure, speak true, right wrong, and follow the king. Mrs. Betty Jokoto, we are profoundly grateful to you for your service and dedication to the pursuance of excellence by this institution. Please accept this citation as a token of our gratitude to you. Thank you. Mrs. Nancy Thompson, you arrived in 1997 to assume the mantle of school leadership, and we are proud to have been present for your first year at the helm. We are grateful that when our alma mater came knocking, you answered the call to serve. We are certain that our teenage selves caused you many a sleepless night, such that you pondered and possibly questioned this decision. It was for our gain and that of many to follow that you took everything in your stride and remained unperturbed. We are privileged to have experienced the grace, poise, and leadership of two influential women during our time here, and to have been part of the successful transition period that you steered us all through. On our 20th anniversary, the message that we hold dear is not to be afraid to step up to the plate, to remain undaunted by life's challenges, and rather harness them as inspiration towards success. On behalf of the entire class of 1997, we present this citation to you as a token of our appreciation for those wonderful, life-changing moments we shared. Thank you, Mrs. Thompson.
Dearest Mrs. Rosina Ichampo, our mother Archie, as you will always be known to us, you are a true embodiment of the woman of substance. We adore, revere, and are constantly in awe of you. Certainly, along the way, there were times when we absolutely feared you, but in the most loving and pleasant way. You remain a beacon for our proud institution, and we all here have favorite moments of how you have impacted our lives and contributed to the women that we are today. The day you announced your retirement as headmistress will remain one of the most pensive days for all of us. We look back fondly at the numerous ways in which we besieged you to reconsider. In our minds at the time, it was a devastating loss, but we can look back now and understand that we had to learn to share you with the rest of the nation. You left behind one of the best legacies, a thriving environment that young ladies would come to and depart years later, having matured into ladies with a strong sense of self and ambition, ready to face the world. We are exceedingly excited to have you here today. Mother Archie, your babies went forth into the world and we have excelled. We continue to hold our heads high and are ever confident that we can handle what life throws our way. We come home proudly, ever grateful to present the citation to you, saying, we, your babies of the class of 1997, together in a resounding voice say, thank you, Mother Archie. Mrs. K. Opon Ankuma, some people say you have big shoes to fill. Well, we say your own shoes are big enough. We have only known you a short while. However, it seems we have known you a lifetime. The stories of you hold true. A righteous woman of God who never has a harsh word, yet is stern enough to ensure that the right thing is done. Meeting you confirmed the stories. You are a principled woman who has always held up the motto of our dear school. As you live pure, speak true, right wrong, and follow the king. We have no doubt in your ability to carry our beloved school into a brighter future, just as your foremothers have. You are a visionary. We, the 1997 year group, stand in support of you as you move our dear school to new and higher heights. On the 20th anniversary of our graduation from Wesley Girls High School, the class of 1997 wish to thank you for supporting our vision of creating a state-of-the-art visual arts center, and we wish you continued blessings on your journey as you lead this institution as its new headmistress. Thank you.
Now invite 1998 to join you here because it is time to hand over the baton.
We're here in our numbers. Can you please? So, on the occasion of our 20th anniversary, the 1997 year group would like to first of all thank everybody who has helped us to celebrate our anniversary in grand style. We set off with the direction and the hope to put up a visual arts center, knowing it was a very simple exercise. But little did we realize the number of hearts that we were going to touch by picking this particular exercise. And I choose to do this clarion call today because many of the parents gathered here have a sense of feeling that visual arts is probably for those who cannot do arts or science. I acknowledge that Wesley Girls excels in science, we excel in the arts, but I also believe that we have opportunity to excel even more in visual arts as well as the vocational disciplines. And so I'll encourage every parent here who has a child who is gifted, who is endowed, not to stop them from pursuing their God-given talent, but to support them. We have examples in our midst, and I know we have examples even in the 1998 year group of people who have taken this skill and talent and made a big name for themselves already. And so on this occasion, 1998, I don't know what to say to you. It's been quite a journey, it has. And there's everything in it. Everything. There are good times, there are not so good times, there are happy times, there are confused times, there are anxious times, but with the Lord on your side, you shall definitely make it. And I would encourage you, support your leaders. We had a good leadership team, we had a good executive, we had good committee members, and we worked together as a team. And that's why today we're here in the huge number that you see us standing behind. So don't leave it to anybody, and I'm sure you're going to also make us proud come next year's speech day. We'll be here to see what you do. We have raised the bar, so raise it higher. I know you can. So on this occasion, I hand you the baton to host the 182nd speech day of Wesley Girls High School. Thank you very much.
Thank you, 1997. You have indeed raised the bar. We are inspired to do likewise. So we promise that we will put up a good show. We will do our best to make sure that we don't let the side down. We will keep the torch burning. Thank you very much. We will come to you for advice, and we hope that you will help us as much as you can. 98 is very thankful for the privilege that we've been given to contribute to the school, as others have done before us. When we came to Form 1 in 1996, it was 1975 that hosted that speech day. That's Mrs. Jokoto's year group and my mother's as well. We were inspired then to come back 20 years later to do it. And we are inspired now by what you and the other celebrating year groups have done today. Congratulations to all of you. Ayuko. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I believe that you will excel.